It doesn't seem as if the parties involved can play nicely together, and if that means that you have to bring in an independent umpire to sort that, then absolutely, to get people in the same room. Taking on board David's comment about not wanting to fall foul that there is any kind of a cartel situation arising, I think you could avoid that by making sure that everybody's at the table, both the pro-insurer side and the, for example, credit hire side as well. If everybody's sitting at the same table, and then there is some independent oversight, be that from government or an independent arbitrator. I mean, we have an arbitration process in place. You could bring in an independent arbitrator. You need to set up a completely independent commission to cover this. Just somebody from left of field who has no vested interests, who's just there to make sure that the conversations are above board or on the table, that everybody approaches it fairly, minutes are produced, there's a clear transparency around everything that's done, then I don't see that there should be a problem.
CEOs of insurers got invites to see David Cameron. When he asked them what can we do to bring down insurance premiums, they said that credit hire rates are obscene. Jack Straw appears on Radio 4 saying the same things, because at the time...
Well, the big thing they were saying was about personal injury and whiplash. That was really the number one,
at the time,
which is why Dave Cameron said, right, we'll do something about that.
Yeah. At the time, there were thousands of cases going through the courts where, because fraudulent evidence was submitted, basic hire rates were deemed and thought to be excessive, and I can well understand why people came to that conclusion. However, it was based on all that stuff, which was very real and occupying thousands of hours of court time per week. So, it's real. And for me, it's at the heart of why this is happening.
Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying, Mark, but I want to just come back to this question of the consumer, which was raised by David Wen. The consumer who is, in theory, has his freedom of choice of repairer, but is told, yes, you can exercise that choice, but if you want to go outside our approved network, it's going to take much longer to happen, and it's going to cost you £200 extra. That doesn't seem much like a freedom of choice to me. David Williams, for example. And it's the one, I don't think it's one that AXA do, but a number of other insurers will be fully aware of.
No, I mean, we don't do it. It's an interesting one because, I mean, we bought Swift Cover, who were the fastest growing direct insurer ever. And, you know, it's quite easy to grow fast in the private motor market.
Yeah, we all saw the results as well, Dave, in 2012.
But you have to be cheap, okay? Now, one of the reasons that they were cheap is that they had a very different policy wording, which basically stated you have the right to choose where to take your vehicle, but if you want to take it to, you know, the Audi main dealer rather than our approved repairer, then we're only going to pay you under our policy what it would cost us to repair. And I thought, this is shocking. You know, what will happen? You know, AXA's name will be in tatters, but it wasn't. And it's, as far as I know, that's still the position. So, and this is one of the issues, you see. We keep doing things to, you know, to quote some of the comments this morning, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, we've got our own hands in the cookie jar. We need somebody, sadly, to come in and sort it out, because if we do try and just do something as one insurer, as we've tried, bugger all happens, people laugh at us and undercut our premiums, and if we try to collaborate, it's incredibly difficult and we run the risk of being thrown into prison, which I don't fancy.
Well, this time next year we should have a better feel for what the Competition Commission is going to accept, reject, in terms of the areas of the market that do need to be changed. I think we saw a number of insurers, particularly on the panel debate, saying they need the Competition Commission to fix this. Personally, I don't think that we do. I think we can evolve as an industry. But if people aren't going to put the effort into that and are going to continue to resist change and I guess protest about the bad things in the industry, then yes, somebody does need to come along and regulate. The danger of that is, you know, we may not always like the results.